Hey, previous video, I kind of got some of the stuff off the screen a little bit. I apologize for that, but I think you can make out what I was saying. We'll do better on this one. Brandon Walker. Just had my first successful litter of 6 Frenchies. Did it all with your knowledge. Also have the heated whelping kit, the traveling incubator, and the puppy care pit. Thanks. Well, we thank you too. Good job. Happy Girl has a 30-pound stud and the girl is 20 pounds. And will she be able to carry the puppies, or do I need a smaller stud? No. So you got a 30-pound dog bred to a 20-pound dog. What would you expect to get? When they're fully grown, they're going to be something between 30 pounds and 20 pounds and somewhere in between those. And at birth, there's not going to be a huge amount of difference. I mean, a 30-pound dog bred to a 30-pound dog in Frenchies might be producing 12-ounce puppies, versus a 20-pound dog bred to a 20-pound dog might be producing 7 or 8-ounce puppies. So smaller, but as long as you have a C-section, it's fine, not a problem at all. You carry them absolutely fine. The important thing here is to not get into the temptation to have a natural whelp, because that really can get you in trouble with stuck puppies, especially with a bigger dog. And if you ever think you're going to go down that natural whelp route, which I do not advise, but if you are, have an x-ray done so you can see how many puppies are in there and see where there's a big puppy in there that's definitely going to plug the pipe up. Terry Hawks wants to know about what they're going to get here. Okay. Well, here's what they've got. So let's see here. The female is DD Blue, BB Testable Chocolate, Big CO, Little CO, Cocoa, Big E, Little E carries Cream, AYAY. So this is a blue fawn dog. Bred to a DD, so you're going to get all blue dogs. ATAT, so all the puppies are going to be ATAY, which is a sable. So they're all going to be sables, we know that. They're all going to be blues, we know that. He is BB, so all the puppies are going to be BBs. So these are going to be Isabellas. And the other dog is EE, and it's NN here. So what are you going to get? Well, you should have got all Isabella sable dogs, and you should have got, where these combine, you should have got 1/4, oops, 1/4 not cream, 1/2 cream carriers, and 1/4 creams. So you should have got 1/4 cream platinum Isabellas, and you should have got 3/4 Isabellas. It's not what you said you got. And how did you get a tan pointed dog? You shouldn't get a tan pointed dog out of that. So see, you can be confused because a sable dog, ATAY, can have some colorings on its face. You know, it can have some differences in shade variations, but it won't be very striking. Yeah. Doocy Doe. My girl was in heat and we did an AI, then after she was still bleeding for almost 2 weeks. Can she take with those symptoms? Yes, but you don't give us any information about what the numbers were or when you bred this dog, so I can't give you any advice as to whether or not you'll be successful. But just because a dog is breeding for 2 weeks later doesn't necessarily mean that you're in trouble. But what you should be doing is get a PG test done and find out, because this dog could have stalled out, could have a prolonged heat, could have had a split heat. You need to know what the numbers are to make sure that you bred when the numbers are reasonable. What levels would you recommend doing a TCI on? Well, IDEX machine and fine care. A vaginal, we'll do on a 15 to about an 18 on IDEX and about a 17 to about a 23 on a fine care. you do a TCI a day later, you'd expect the numbers to be something around a 25 to a 30 on an IDEX and a 30 to a 35 on a fine care. By the way, I like to do a vaginal followed up the next day by TCI. That's what I like to do. Day Guy, I have a female, she's a year and a half old. She has never spotted nor acted like she's been in heat. She acts like she's still a puppy. She was the largest in the litter. Well, you're getting worried because you're worried because this dog's a year and a half old and hasn't had a heat yet. That happens. Don't get worried about it. Just be patient. She'll probably come in heat in the next 6 months. Just don't push it. There are products like PG600 that you can give to dogs to bring them in, but I don't recommend it at all. I've never used PG600, but I've had experience that people have used it, and you know, if it was so wonderful, we'd all be using it, and we're not. So if I was going to use PG600, that's, by the way, is a hormone given to pigs, I would be using that with a dog that's 2.5 years old and hadn't had a heat. I would certainly wait until then before I started mucking around with it. Face the Bully, why don't you like the real Westminster French Bulldog? I don't know what a real Westminster French Bulldog is, and I don't think that I've ever said I don't like it, because I don't know what it is. I couldn't even say I didn't like it. I like all Frenchies. So, don't know what that's about. Okay. So someone was talking about a dog that I put up there. They said it looks like it's a Pekingese. Well, that dog came back as a full Frenchie, so whatever. So someone's asking about goat's milk. How do you mix it? What's the measurements? So the measurements for goat's milk, powdered goat's milk, are 2 ounces of water to 1 tablespoon of powdered goat's milk. Not sure what that question is, so we're not going to answer it. Lawrence Labie says, Miss Tammy is such a Southern belle. I'm so glad I chose to purchase from Cody. Aside from being supportive over the course of my kennel journey, he's fair and responsive and always edges out the competition when I end up comparing his studs to other lines. Save your money, stack accordingly, go with Cody, James, Tammy or Chanel. Well, that's very nice. Thank you very much. Well, we do work hard to produce really nice puppies. We do work hard to help you produce nice puppies from your lines, using our lines. And we're here to help you generally anyway. So we're not just hell-bent on that you have to use our dogs. What we want to do is we want to be helpful to you and give you good advice to do the right thing. So it's not about, I mean, obviously, there's money involved in this. And to say that there's no financial motive for this would be crazy, right? You know, to be honest, obviously there's a financial end to all this. But there is also another side to this, and that is doing the right thing to help people and being nice about it. And that's what we try to be. Not everybody always thinks that, but that's always our goal. It's always my goal. Alfonso Lopez. So during the first few hours, do the puppies just get colostrum from mum, or do they got to feed them milk replacer? Well, I mean, so, you know, it's quite common for a dog not to produce much milk other than a little bit of colostrum for the first 24 hours. And if that's the situation, I would supplement with goat's milk. Puppies need nourishment. They need to be fed every few hours. And if they can't get nourishment off mum, then you need to go use a milk replacer or goat's milk. So it's as simple as that. And the secret to this is weigh your puppies. They need to be getting half an ounce a day. If you weigh them when they come home, you expect them to lose half an ounce overnight for the next day, stabilize the day afterwards, so day 2 be back to birth weight, and then be gaining half an ounce every day. And if they're not, then you have to wonder whether you've got a sick puppy or whether mum's milk's not what it needs to be and you need to supplement. And that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Bye. Encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Frisky now, come on up here.